You're working for 12 to 16 hours per day, and end of the day, you feel like you achieved nothing. Have you been there? Does it sound familiar? I have been there, by the way. I've been there. And very recently, I worked with few coaches where we implemented a system which helped them regain 2 to 3 hours per day, and it worked. So I'm here to share that with you, and it's not your standard time and priorities management fluff. First thing first, the focus foundation. In today's world, in 2025, if you look at what's happening all over the world with AI, geopolitics, it demands your lot of energy. You need to learn, you need to deliver. It's a deluge of information and task that you need to accomplish. And that's the reality. And it's not going to get any easier. But apart from your 12 to 14 hours a day, what's getting impacted is your health, it's your family life. You are missing maybe some of the events that your kids are participating in, a drama or dance or cricket, football you are missing, or you are not able to give quality time at home and your health is suffering. You need to get out of that. So you need to have a system. And let's talk about that in steps. First is focus foundation. I'm sure you have heard about Eisenhower Matrix. Eisenhower Matrix is important and urgent. Urgent are not urgent, important, not important. If you have read Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I believe it's the third habit, and it's wonderfully excellent there. And by the way, there's a weekly planning you can do around it. And I actually took few of my coaches through this kind of framework. And after a few weeks, they came back to me saying it's not working. I said, why? They said, everything's urgent. My client is calling me urgent. My boss is calling me urgent. I have to go and support my team members, it's urgent. They are not able to differentiate between urgency and important. To me, urgent is something where if you don't take any action immediately, it will have a huge impact. It's like a fire situation. Many of the urgent thing we say urgent is not actually urgent. And that's the issue. Then I started thinking about if it is not working out for my coaches, maybe there are better metrics, there are better way to look at it. And then I chanced upon this metrics, which is effort and impact. You have a high impact, low impact, high effort, low effort. If it is something low effort, high impact, it's a quick win. You need to get back to your boss by calling, or to your client, take up the call. It's a quick win. High impact, low effort. Then there are tasks which is high impact, high effort. These are your strategic project. You need to have focus time for that. And you have a quicksand, which is lot of effort but low impact, like sitting in a meeting for 3 hours. I've been there. 3 hours sitting in a meeting. At the end of the meeting, I'm thinking perhaps it's just a 5 minutes and a mail or a call that would have solved it. Why you were sitting in a meeting for 3 hours? So you can use this framework as well. But very important, you decide which system and then follow that. And to do that, first thing you should do a weekly audit of your time and see where you are spending your time and where you want to spend. So every Sunday, you look at the tasks and activities for the week and decide where you want to focus, which are the high impact or highly important tasks or activities you need to achieve in that week. It should not be more than 2 or 3. Focus on that, and then have a morning ritual. Every morning, you should think about prioritizing what's there for the day. And you should do that even before you open your mail. Because if you open your mail, you are driven by others' priorities. You have to do that before you open your mail. Have that morning ritual. Once you've figured out that, the next thing comes is that defending your plan. You have to have a defense mechanism. And how you do that? I call it a cinema mode. You have to get into a cinema mode. You have to get rid of the distraction, because if you get interrupted on a serious task you are doing, you know how much time you need to gain back your concentration is 23 minutes. 23 minutes. So if you are interrupted 4 times during 1 hour, you are achieving nothing. You can work for 16 hours, you'll achieve nothing. So have the cinema mode. When you go to a cinema, you switch off your mobile, you are totally focused. So here also you clean up your desk, put the mobile on silent, put it somewhere else if you want. Close all the tabs on your computer apart from the tab or task related tab that you need. No distraction, get into a cinema mode. Do that effectively. Once you do that, the next thing is the delegation. Not everything you need to do by yourself. And that's the third part. You have to delegate. If anyone else can do that task 70% of what you could have achieved, just delegate. And make sure you help your team members to learn and not micromanage. My boss and one of the best managers I have worked with gave me this feedback once that internally you're not delegating because the task, the output your team members are doing, you are again redoing everything. That's not delegation. So improve your delegation skill. Dedication is the art to learn that. Once you implement all these three, you will regain your time and control of your life. And if you're still skeptical it's not going to work, give it a try. I have had coaches who regained 2 to 3 hours per day by following these principles, this operating system. So here is your call to action, how you go about it and how you implement this operating system. First, do an audit of your time for few weeks. See where you are spending time, whether it's meaningful or not, whether it's on the high priority task, high urgent, important or high impact or not. Think about that, do that priorities and do that audit first. That's number one. And do it for a couple of weeks, you get a sense. Then week 3-4 onwards, you start implementing this system. And you start with the focus foundation where you start categorizing the tasks or activities for the week on a Sunday, for the entire week. The right kind of prioritization of your task following whichever metrics you want to follow. As if you are going to a gym, you continue to try and practice it for a few weeks and see what is the result of that. At least practice it for a few weeks and make sure you do both weekly planning and morning ritual, including blocking your calendar for the purpose step. And then you make sure you have the defense mechanism also implemented properly, having the cinema mode and defending your time, and then continue to adjust. And if you do this, I guarantee you will be able to reclaim at least 2 to 3 hours per week, and you will be the master of your time and priorities. Even in this hierarchical world of Indian corporate world, you will be successful and you will regain your time, you regain your family life and quality time at home, spending more times with kids, and you will have better health. Try it out, let me know how it works, and if you need help, just reach out to me. At Leaderion, we are helping many managers and leaders with these kind of systems and techniques. If this topic resonates with you, share with others. Let's make a difference. And I come back with more such leadership stories, strategies, and techniques which will help you.